You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now is 8 o'clock, time for another hour of the great music that came out in the 1960s with the 60s and Nostalgia Show. The 60s Nostalgia Shows kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Cotter and Stevens have been in the Wairarapa for a long time, providing quality service and workmanship in the electrical field, whether that be private or commercial, and they're also dab hands around the various bits and pieces, farms, and Eden in particular, the dairy shed. They're experts in milking plant and milking cooling and other things to do with the shed, and of course they're really experts in what you do with the byproduct of all the grass the cows eat. They're experts in the effluent systems. Nothing really planned for the show tonight. It's been a pretty hectic week for me, so it's a good opportunity if you'd like to hear a particular song, artist or band. Just give me a ring here on 378 0255, 378 0255, and I'll see if I can dig it out for you. Meanwhile, we'll sit back and listen to Horst Jankowski and A Walk in the Black Forest.
Comes around here just about midnight. She make me feel so good, love. I wanna say she make me feel alright. Comes walking down my street, watch you come to my house. She knock upon my door, and then she come to my room. Then she make me feel alright.
The boys from Belfast there, and the great song Gloria.
Drop your silver in my tambourine. Help a poor man build a pretty dream. Give me pennies, I'll take anything. Now listen while I play my green tambourine. Watch the jingle jangle start to shine. Reflections of the music that is mine. When you toss a coin, you hear it sing. Now listen while I play my green tambourine. Drop a dime before I walk away. Any song you want, I'll gladly play. Money feeds my music machine. Now listen while I play my green tambourine.
The Lemon Pipers there, and Green Tambourine. And next up, we've got pictures of Matchstick Men. Status Quo there, and pictures of Matchstick Men. Of course, that song kicked off a pretty lengthy career for that band. Right, we'll have a little bit of a change of pace and change of the era as well. We'll go back to 1961. Here's a track from Gene McDaniels, a song called 100 Pounds of Clay.
He took 100 pounds of clay, and then he said, hey, listen, I'm gonna fix this world today, because I know what's missing. Then he rolled his big sleeves up, and a brand new world began. He created a woman and lots of loving for a man. Whoa, yes he did. With just 100 pounds of clay, he made my life worth living, and I will thank him every day for every kiss you're giving, and I'll thank him every night for the arms that are holding me tight. And he did it all with just 100 pounds of clay. Yes he did, oh yes he did. Now can't you just see him walking around and round, picking the clay up off the ground, doing just what he should do to make a living dream like you. He rolled his big sleeves up, and a brand new world began. He created a woman and lots of loving for a man. Oh, yes he did, with just 100 pounds of clay. People, let me tell you what he did with just 100 pounds of clay.
Stay a while, let me hold you. Stay a while till I told you all the love that I feel tonight. Oh yeah, stay a while, but you hurry. Stay a while, 'cause I worry anytime that you're out of sight. I hate to see you go. Tell you what I'll do. I'll be good to you. I'll make you glad that you are mine. So come on, baby, treat me right. Must you run down for the night? Just begun now, honey, please. Won't you stay a while with me? Oh, yeah, yeah. I hate to see you go. Tell you what I do. I'll be good to you. I'll make you glad that you are mine. So come on, baby, treat me right. Must you run down for the night? Just begun now, honey, please. Won't you stay a while with me? Oh yeah, yeah. Stay a while with me.
Dusty Springfield there, and Stay a While. Next up, we've got Pink Floyd, and this song was the second single that was a bit of a hit for them. The first one was a great track called Arnold Lane in the 45 of that these days is worth quite a bit of money because it wasn't a particularly a great hit, but of course now everyone wants to own it because it was put out by Pink Floyd, and I used to have a copy of that one, and hopefully I still have, but I have rummaged through my 45s a couple of times and so far haven't spotted it, so I think it might have gone west. But the second single that they put out was a bit more popular, a song called See Emily Play.
Emily tries but misunderstands. She's often inclined to borrow somebody's dreams till tomorrow. There is no other day. Let's try it another way. You'll lose your mind and play free games for me. See Emily play. Soon after dark, Emily cries, gazing through trees in sorrow, hardly a sound till tomorrow. There is no other day. Let's try it another way. You'll lose your mind and play free games for me. See Emily play. Put on a gown that touches the ground. Float on a river forever and ever. Emily, Emily, there is no other day. Let's try it another way. You'll lose your mind and play free games for me. See Emily play.
Now there are three steps to heaven. Just listen and you will plainly see. And as life travels on and things do go wrong, just follow steps 1, 2, and 3. Step 1, you find a girl you love. Step 2, she falls in love with you. Step 3, you kiss and hold her tightly. Yeah, that sure seems like heaven to me. The formula for heaven's very simple. Just follow the rules and you will see. And as life travels on go wrong, just follow steps 1, 2, and 3. Step 1, you find a girl you love. Step 2, she falls in love with you. Step 3, you kiss and hold her tightly. Yeah, that sure seems like heaven to me. Just follow steps 1, 2, and 3.
Eddie Cochran there from 1960, and Three Steps to Heaven. Of course, that was released after his tragic death in a motor car accident while he was touring the UK. It's 22 and a half minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Next up, we'll have a little bit of Nancy.
You came by at 2 o'clock, you should have been by at 10. I said bye at 3 o'clock, and I ain't coming back again. Whoa, how does that grab you, darling? How does that mess your mind? How does that grab you, darling? This girl is leaving you behind. You smart aleck tomcat, you. When the sun goes down and the moon comes up, I'm gonna go out and prowl, yeah. Don't come a-looking for your pussycat, 'cause I won't be, you know how. Whoa, how does that grab you, darling? How does that mess your mind? How does that grab you, darling? This girl is leaving you behind. Now you ain't nothing but an old tomcat running around my house. I'll tell you something, you old tomcat, you just lost your mouse. Whoa, how does that grab you, darling? How does that mess your mind? How does that grab you, darling? This girl is leaving you behind. There's more than one way to skin a cat, you know. Bye-bye.
Day after day, alone on a hill, the man with the foolish grin is keeping perfectly still. But nobody wants to know him, they can see that he's just a fool. And he never gives an answer, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Well on the way, head in a cloud, the man of 1,000 voices talking perfectly loud. But nobody ever hears him or the sound he appears to make. And he never seems to notice, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Tell what he wants to do, and he never shows his feelings, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Oh, round, round, round,
round. The Beatles there from the soundtrack to the magical Mystery Tour, the song called A Fool on the Hill. Next up, we've got a track from Amen Corner and Bend Me Shape Man. I think we'll play this one for John and Raven over in Chester. That's pretty close to Wales, and Amen Corner. We're from Wales, and John as well, so it all fits in, and hopefully you guys are staying safe over in the UK, and I suspect by now you've had your second COVID jab, and hopefully everything works out well for you and all the other people in that lovely country called the UK.
You're the only woman I need, and baby, you know it. You can make this beggar a king, a clown or a poet. 'Cause I got nothing to hide, just a piece of mind. Bend me, shape me any way you want me, long as you love me, it's alright. Bend me, shape me any way you want me, you got the power to turn on the light. Everybody tells me I'm wrong to want you so badly, but there's a force driving me on, I'll follow it gladly. So let them laugh, I don't care, all I want is you by my side. Bend me, shape me any way you want me, long as you love me, it's alright. Bend me, shape me any way you want me, you got the power to turn on the light. You're the only woman I need, oh baby, you know it. You can make this beggar a king, a clown or a poet. 'Cause I got nothing to hide, just a piece of mind.
All right, you guys over there, we'll play another one for you because you've got a close affinity with Liverpool, and here's a song all about a lane in Liverpool.
Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to know, and all the people that come and go stop and say hello. On the corner is a banker with a motor car, the little children laugh at him behind his back, and the banker never wears a mac in the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies I sit and meanwhile back in Penny Lane there is a fireman with an hourglass, and in his pocket is a portrait of a queen. He likes to keep his fire engine clean. It's a clean machine. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. For a fish and finger pies in summer, meanwhile back behind the shelter in the middle of the roundabout, the pretty nurse is selling puppies from a tray, and though she feels as if she's in a play, she is anyway. Penny Lane, the barber shaves another customer. We see the banker sitting waiting for a trim, and then the fireman rushes in from the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies I sit and meanwhile back. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, Penny Lane.
Right, now time for two in a row, two great songs that happen to be one after the other in order on a compilation CD that I brought down. We'll start off with a great song called The Wedding by Julie Rogers, and we'll follow that one up by the magic voice of Nat King Cole and Ramblin' Rose. But first up, we'll have Julie Rogers with the time at 25 minutes to 9 o'clock.
You by my side, that's how I see us. I close my eyes and I can see us. We're on our way to say I do. My secret dreams have all come true. I see the church, I see the people. Your folks are mine, happy and smiling. And I can hear sweet voices singing Ave Maria. Oh my love, this can really be that someday you'll walk down
your hand in my hand. This is the hour, this is the moment, and I can hear sweet voices singing Ave Maria, Ave Maria, Ave
Ramblin' Rose, Ramblin' Rose, why you ramble, no one knows. While and wind blown, that's how you've grown. Who can cling to a rambling rose? Ramble on, ramble on. When you're rambling, days are gone. Who will love you with a love true? When you're rambling, days are gone. Ramblin' Rose, Ramblin' Rose, why I want you, heaven knows. Though I love you with a love true, who can cling to a rambling rose? One more time, everybody now. Rambling rose, rambling rose, why I want you, heaven knows. Though I love you with a love true, who can cling to a rambling rose?
The beautiful voice there of Nat King Cole and a Ramblin' Rose. You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Connor and Stevens, the electrical maestros down in Martinborough. All right, next up we've got a great song, came out in 1969, put out by the English folk singer Ralph McTell, and it's a great song called Streets of London.
Have you seen the old man in the closed down market, kicking up the paper with his worn out shoes? In his eyes you see no pride, and held loosely at his side, yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. So how can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. Show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of London? Dirt in her hair and her clothes in rags. She's no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home in 2 carrier bags. So how can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. Show you something to make you change your mind. In the all-night cafe at 11:15, same old man sitting there on his own, looking at the world over the rim of his teacup. Each tea lasts an hour and he wanders home alone. So how can you tell me you're lonely? Don't say for you that the sun don't shine. Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. Show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old man outside the Seaman's Mission? Memory fading with the metal ribbons that he wears. In our winter city, the rain cries a little pity for one more forgotten hero and a world that doesn't care. So how can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. Show you something to make you change your mind.
I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. Well, love is all around me, and so the feeling grows.
The Trogs there and Lovers All Around. Last Wednesday we also rejoiced with the win in the America's Cup and Auckland and I suppose the rest of New Zealand to some extent, but certainly the Aucklanders turned out in their thousands down at the Viaduct or out on the boats and they certainly celebrated, and I would imagine on Thursday morning there were a lot of sorry souls all around the countryside, but on Wednesday night I'm sure they were dancing in the street. Martha and the Vandellas here, of course, and dancing in the street, bringing the time to, let's see, 7.5 minutes to 9 o'clock. And next up we've got a song, and I can't remember what it is.
Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looked, the way she had tan, the color of her hair. Her voice was soft and cool, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there. Well, no one told me about her. What could I do? Well, no one told me about her, though they all knew. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there.
The Zombies and She's Not There. And got time for one more, and we'll go out with Van Morrison and Brown Eyed Girl.
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping, and you, my brown-eyed girl, and you, my brown-eyed girl. And whatever happened to Tuesday and so slow, gone down the old man with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl. Girl, do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, just like that? Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la- So hard to find my way now that I'm all on my own. I saw you just the other day. My, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la in the green grass? Bit by bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Van Morrison there and a brown-eyed girl, bringing to a close another edition of the 60s Nostalgia Show, which has been kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. And the program was first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7. All right, let's have a look at the weather forecast for the weekend. And tomorrow's going to be a nice day. It's going to be fine with light winds, and we're going to get to a top of 19 degrees. Sunday, mostly cloudy, possible drizzle with a southerly breezes with a top of 18, and on Monday, mostly cloudy, southerly breezes with a top of 19. And just looking at the weather map and times age today, tomorrow, over in Palmerston North, looks like it's going to be a nice day, a top of 19 as I head across to Fielding early in the morning to go to the Fonterra stand at the Field Days, and that is always an interesting day, and tomorrow will be even more interesting because that's sort of traditionally the public day, so we get members of the public otherwise known as townies, coming along, and that's always interesting. few other things happening over the weekend, so hopefully we do get some fine breaks, and the weather is continuing to be nice and dry, although as I said before, we could do with a little bit of rain just to freshen things up just a little bit. Super Rugby, another round continues over the weekend. I think the big game will probably be I think it's Crusaders playing the Blues, so that might well be a pretty good game to watch if I can manage to keep my eyes open when I get back tomorrow night. Whatever you are doing, take care, and take care during the week, and we'll catch you next Friday night at 7 o'clock with the 60s Nostalgia Show, and at 7 o'clock with the Blues, rather, and 8 o'clock with the 60s Nostalgia Show. You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now is bang on 9 o'clock, which means it's time for some commercial-free Kiwi music.